Ferrari boss Mattia Binotto is ruling out using next year's new Formula 1 regulations to return to the front like Mercedes did in 2014. For 2022, brand new cars are being introduced with a great focus on ground effect aerodynamics in an effort to improve the issue of turbulent air which has dogged Formula 1 in recent decades. The fresh sheet of paper is being seen as an opportunity to close the gap to Mercedes at the front and potentially even end their so far 7-year reign of domination. But after Ferrari endured their worst season since 1980 last year, Binotto doesn't think 2022 can be the silver bullet to suddenly overhaul the black-silver arrows. The chance for teams to gain an upper hand for starting work earlier on their new cars was also squashed after development was prohibited until January 1st due to COVID-19 last year. There is also the matter of F1's new $145 million budget cap for this year and limits on wind tunnel usage, although a new sliding scale does give Ferrari a bit of a leg up versus Mercedes. One area where there are few restrictions though is the engine, and reports this week claim the Scuderia is working on a bold new concept for 2022. In late 2019, early 2020, an investigation by the FIA into the legality of Ferrari's power unit largely triggered their dramatic loss of performance last year. The Italian team is set to follow the German manufacturer's lead by splitting the turbo and the compressor. Where Ferrari would differ is the compressor would then go inside the intake box of the V6, also requiring a radical new intercooler design. If successful, the benefits could be numerous in terms of performance both from the engine and aerodynamically, but with F1 introducing a freeze on development from next year, the pressure is on to get it right the first time. Daniel Ricciardo admitted that McLaren Racing CEO Zak Brown's fear of needles likely means his tattoo bet will be shelved. The Aussie had a bet in place with former Renault team boss Cyril Abiteboul, the terms being that if Ricciardo took Renault to the podium, then Abiteboul would have to get a tattoo of Ricciardo's choice. And Ricciardo held up his end of the bargain, finishing P3 with Renault at both the Eiffel and Emilia-Romagna GPs in 2020. But he is not likely to offer the same deal to his new boss at McLaren since Brown has a fear of needles. Abiteboul is now no longer around the Formula 1 paddock. While he was originally expected to take over as the boss of Alpine following Renault's rebranding to reflect their Alpine division, instead it was announced that he had left Renault, and he had done so without yet getting his tattoo. Unsurprisingly then, Ricciardo is not letting him get away that easily. Ricciardo left Renault at the end of 2020 for McLaren and on Tuesday took his first challenger with their team, the MCO35M, out onto the track for the first time at Silverstone. But more so than getting to grips with the car, Ricciardo said it is important that he integrates fully with the team to the point where he feels he has a presence in every room. Otmar Szafnauer expects Aston Martin to make a flying start to the 2021 season, competing for podium positions right from the off. The Silverstone-based team has undergone a transformation during the winter break, morphing from Racing Point to Aston Martin, with green replacing pink as their branding color, and of course, Sebastian Vettel taking over Sergio Perez in the driver lineup alongside Lance Stroll. Aston Martin's first race as an F1 constructor since 1960 will be at the Bahrain Grand Prix on March 28th, at the same venue where Perez won the penultimate event of last season, held on the venue's shorter outer track. Despite some inconsistencies that blighted their season, Racing Point ended 2020 with some real high points that also included Stroll taking pole position in a wet Turkish Grand Prix qualifying session before leading for the first half of the race. Team principal Szafnauer thinks it could be a happy return to Bahrain next month, and that Aston Martin will be challenging at the sharp end and also when the campaign heads back to Europe from April onwards. However, the Romania-born American also stressed that the inconsistencies which meant Racing Point was piped by McLaren to third position in the Constructors' World Championship need to be eradicated if they are to fulfill their full potential. And that's been it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Apart from that, I hope you're an awesome day, and bye bye.